Hey everybody, I'm Dylan,
I'm Angelica.
and we just watched a movie. So, we watched Bugonia, directed by, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Yorgo Ethan. You want to pull it?
Sure.
Yeah. I had it. It was up there. It's a very Greek name. Very Greek. Probably the most Greek.
What's up with my Google?
I don't know what's up with your Google.
Do you see that?
What's up with your Google? Why is it tripping?
Bugonia.
Bugonia.
That's not how you spell that.
There it is.
Okay. Directed by
Yorgo Lanthimos.
Yeah.
So Bugonia was directed by Yorgo Lanthimos and stars Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, as well as I think his name is Aidan Delbus. Aidan Delbus.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Aidan Delbus.
Yes. And essentially, it is about two men
who are conspiracy theorists.
Yes. Who have basically come up with a plan to kidnap a CEO that they believe is an alien.
Yep. And it kind of gives you an introductory of the two main characters, the conspiracy theorists. So you kind of know a little bit about how they are in the first place, which is, in my personal opinion, a little out there.
For sure. The first guy, played by Jesse Plemons, he comes off as the kind of guy who has really kind of gotten. Best way to put it is he's been Reddit coded. He's super into conspiracy theories, and he's that guy that you would meet in an online chat room who just believes in every single conspiracy that he's ever heard. The other character, Dale, I believe his name is Dale.
I think so.
The one played by Aidan Delbus. He's an autistic character, and you can tell that he just kind of goes along with anything that Jesse Plemons' character says in the movie.
They are cousins,
mm-hmm.
So it would make sense that one would look up to the other one, and in that way.
I think this film does a really good job of kind of keeping you on your toes as far as what's really going on in the movie. Making you think certain things and then revealing things later on, you know.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of twists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sick, you guys. I'm sorry.
Because, I mean, even throughout the movie, there are scenes where I would even question what was really going on. Because it seems very apparent that these two guys are crazy. But at the same time, Emma Stone isn't necessarily acting in a way that I would feel like a normal person would react
when
in
they
these
get
certain
kidnapped.
situations, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps you guessing all the way up until the very end in that way. The movie is very well edited. It's shot really well. The acting in it, I think, is really good. Emma Stone killed it, and Jesse Plemons is as good as he has been in the last few things I've seen him in.
The cinematography was my favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
It was so good. It was really good. It made the movie so well.
I think so as well. the way that, and I haven't seen his other films, Poor Things, and there's another one called Acts of Kindness, I think, or Things of Kindness.
I think you're right. If that sounds familiar.
One of those two movies. He directed those as well. They also star Emma Stone as well. So.
See, and that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting when certain directors and actors like kind of continue working with each other. It's kind of how like Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, you know.
Yeah. Or Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm. I can think of a bunch of actors that kind of fall into that category. Brad Pitt and Samuel L. Jackson and Quentin Tarantino. Done many movies together. You know, sometimes I think actors just find a director that kind of clicks with their, like, what the kind of movies they like to make and the kind of style they like to do.
Yeah.
And they just kind of go with it, you know.
Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp.
I always like to work together. Well, that was also because she was married to Tim Burton for a while.
That is right. Yep, that's right. I remember hearing about that, yeah. She was in a lot of his movies. But anyway, there were a lot of the cinematography in the movie was great. It was just great. I was really into it. And it's just it was kind of a fun, just like conspiracy theory movie. And it kind of gets you thinking of how the other side thinks a little bit. And when I say other side, I mean like the conspiracy theorists. It shows in like this part just cut out. But
yeah, we'll cut it out. So.
But you know the what is it? The scenes where it was like showing the Earth, but it was like flat.
The
like the cut
intermissions.
The intermissions.
The intermission scenes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The intermission scenes in the movie as well made it more into a conspiracy theory feel as well, because it showed the Earth from space but flat. So it was kind of like, this guy's a freaking flat earther. Yeah. I bet you he's a flat earther.
The movie's kind of set up into a 3-act structure set up by days leading up to a lunar eclipse. So every time another day comes, we get an intermission shot of you can't really tell the first time you see it because we're seeing it from like the top down perspective. But then every time, and I think I understand why they did it, because the moon is moving, right? So we're looking at it from the perspective of the moon every time.
Right, and then the farther the phases, it shows the different angles of the Earth, and then that's when you see that it's flat, and it has like the big old cone of dirt underneath and everything, and it was just like, oh, okay.
The movie's definitely a black comedy. It's got thriller elements in it. It's got some horror elements in it. I wouldn't call it a horror movie outright, but I would definitely call it a black comedy.
Yeah, definitely. I would say at least a thriller, sci-fi.
For sure.
Kind of thing. It was, because it wasn't really obviously it's just one of those things in movies where it's like, it's so absurd, some of the things that happen to it, because in real life you're just like, there's no way that this would just happen and no one would know about it. Right. There's just no way.
But the movie is so everybody's kind of committing to the bit so much that they make it believable. You can suspend your disbelief long enough to kind of fall into the world they're trying to build for you. It also gives you a little bit more understanding as to why the Jesse Plemons character thinks the way that he does. And another thing I really liked was in the flashback shots that were all in black and white. You're not really seeing things the way that they were. You're seeing things from more of his like emotional point of view. So everything's a little bit more surreal. Everything's a little bit exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like even in the scene with his mom talking to him, she's got like huge needles coming out of her, and he's pulling them out. And then right after that, she like floats up.
Yeah.
And then even in the like after, which I think is supposed to represent that she passed or not passed, but she's like in a coma.
She went into a coma.
And then like a later scene, it shows her again, and he's got her like he's holding on to like her IV and her and she's like a balloon floating in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like a balloon kind of thing.
And it's not. I mean, it's a little funny, but it's not played for laughs. It's played. Is more like symbolic than it is like literal, you know. But those scenes only are in the flashbacks. The rest of the movie is way. I don't know if like grounded is the word I would use because the movie is like you said out there, but it doesn't go to that like extreme like. You know, people doing things that don't make sense, or you know, defying physics.
Yeah.
Well, spoilers. We'll get to that in a little bit, but but yeah, this side was interesting. It's a very unique film. I don't think there's a lot of movies that came out this year that are like it.
Yeah, it was unique, but enjoyable.
Oh, apparently, I did read this. Apparently, this movie is a remake of a Korean movie.
Mm.
Yeah. And it was called Save the Green Planet, I believe. And if I'm wrong about that, I'll just put it like at the bottom of the screen, and then it'll be there right now. Boom, there it is. If I was right, if I was wrong, if I was right, then it's gonna say that I'm awesome right here. So. Anyway, with that being said, I'm having trouble thinking of anything else to say without talking about spoilers.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too right now because the only way to really explain what happens, like as far as why the story of the movie even happens,
right,
is to
get into spoilers.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, from this point on the video, we're going to be talking spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and you want to see it without spoilers, you can stop the video now and go watch it. It's available on Peacock. I believe it's available on Peacock. I think that's where we watched it. So yeah, just definitely gets a recommendation from me. I think it's pretty good. I think that if, you know, you enjoy yourself a little black comedy, if you like a little sci-fi thriller, you'll probably get into this. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the spoilers now. So Emma Stone's an alien. Dun dun dun.
Didn't see that one coming.
Honestly, no. I didn't see it coming. Like I said, it makes more sense in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like, once you know that she is, and then going back and thinking about things that she did in the movie that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know?
For me, it was the part where... For me, it was the whole, why is... What was his name? The one that...
The one that kidnapped her?
Yeah.
In the movie, or his actor's name?
Either one.
Well, his name in the movie is Teddy, but the actor is Jesse Plemons.
Well, Jesse Plemons' character, who is Teddy in the movie, for me, it was the whole, why Emma Stone's character? Why is he even after her? Like, what makes him think she's an alien to begin with, because that's where
Mm-hmm.
I was confused at in the first place. Because Emma Stone's character is this wealthy, woman. She's a CEO of a big company that she created, and like her house is really awesome, by the way. I loved her freaking house in the movie. But she, dresses professionally. She, does what any typical wealthy woman, who I think they said she was supposed to be in her 40s in the movie, would do as far as skincare regimens and things like that, which is one of the things that got brought up as to why he thought she was an alien in the first place. And that was literally her comeback, was like, well, I just follow a very strict skincare and diet routine, as would anybody. But it gets into more detail as far as why he does think that, and why he's even after her in the first place. And that was with one of those flashback scenes with his mother, because it shows Emma Stone in the flashback as well, speaking to him as he's holding his mother. Like a balloon, and she's acknowledging that she did know his mother, and they did everything that they could for her. And so with those words, you automatically know, oh, so her company had something to do with this guy's mother and her condition. That's why he's after her, which makes sense.
We really haven't even talked much about like some of the things that they do to her in this movie. So like, I really want to talk about the scene where they actually kidnap her. It might be one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Oh yeah, that part.
Well, she kicks both of their asses pretty good.
She does. For a minute, you think she's gonna get away.
We talked about how the movie was shot, and that scene is a good example of it, because it goes places. you know, that scene goes places. But after they do, end up getting her with the tranquilizer and getting her in the car, they end up shaving her head, and they say this is because that her species communicates through
her
hair. They also cover her, once they get her back home, they cover her in like antihistamine cream, which actually, what's funny is that all these things make her appear more alien. Because she's got this like kind of wetness going on, and she's bald, and
the patchy, the cream made her skin look more patchy from where it dried onto her.
Then there's the electrocution scene. I can't talk. The electrocution scene, which was my first kind of clue that she might actually be an alien, because like she shouldn't have survived.
No, she should have freaking died.
She should have been dead from that.
With how high he freaking had the setting.
Right. There are some shocking moments in this movie. One, the cousin character, there's a scene late in the movie which is right after the dinner scene, which I think is a really good scene as well. Like, that scene's very well put together and well acted.
Mom duty calls.
Oh, hold on.
We'll just edit this out. I love you too, baby. Okay, give me a minute, okay? I'll be there soon.
And it's just me. How's it going, everybody? Bugonia. We just watched the movie, and it was called Bugonia. And starred Emma Stone, that girl from Easy. What you gonna say? So there's also the scene in the movie, and when I was just talking about it getting more intense, is where Dale, I believe his name was Dale, and if I'm wrong, then I'll correct it later. But it's right after the dinner scene. He's in the basement with Emma Stone's character, and the police officer's upstairs.
Yes.
And we haven't even gotten into that.
No.
Because that's a whole other situation to talk about with this movie. Which I think I watched another review where somebody was talking about this movie a little bit, and they did not bring this up. And I thought that was very strange. But there's a police officer character in this movie who used to babysit Jimmy Lemon's character. And it is not outright stated, but it is heavily implied that he
could have potentially molested him as a child.
Yeah, like it doesn't say it, but it does everything.
It's just that because there's things that are said like
I never did it again to anybody else.
Yeah, and I didn't know what I was doing or something, or
I was just so angry back then.
And it was one of the first hints to it was, I hope we're okay with, what happened, and
which is another thing that could be wrong with Jesse Plemons' character, potentially in his mental state.
I mean, because that would mess up anybody.
Yeah. But anyway, so knowing that, this cop shows up to the house. Emma Stone is there. They have her in the basement, and the cousin is in there with her, while Jesse Plemons' character is upstairs with the cop. He eventually talks him into going out to see his bee collection, right? His beehives. Emma Stone and the cousin are talking, and the cousin is kind of showing signs that he's a little depressed and he's not really wanting to be on Earth anymore. He is less interested in killing or really even stopping Emma Stone from doing something bad as much as he really just wants her to take him with her, or at least that's how it appears. And it kind of seems like she's talking him into letting her go, and it looks like that's the direction it's going to go. And then he tells her, all right, I'm ready to go now. And then he turns the gun on himself and basically blows his whole face off. It was a genuinely shocking moment in the movie. And it's like immediately after that, Teddy and the cop character outside, they hear the gunshots and you see the cop react, and immediately Teddy goes in for the attack and basically kills the guy with a shovel.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was. It makes you go, damn.
Right after that, Jesse Plemons' character goes back into the house, goes downstairs to confront Emma Stone, who he thinks talked Dale into shooting himself.
Right.
At which point she is going her spell where she's like, oh, I am an alien, right? And I can save your mom. There's something in my car right now that can save your mother. It's in an antifreeze bottle.
But it's not
But
antifreeze.
It's not antifreeze.
She puts it there for security.
And she basically is able to talk him into injecting his mom with antifreeze, which he does, and of course she dies. And this is where we get the reveal, because while he's gone doing that, she's able to break out of her restraints and start looking around the basement. And we get the next big reveal in the movie is that he's done this multiple times. We see basically a room that's got people's heads in jars, body parts, organs strewn about. there's a computer, there's tapes, there's lots of stuff going on, and you're kind of thinking like, oh, this guy's like a freaking serial killer, basically, at this point, you know. And it's funny because when he comes back, she confronts him, and is like, how many were actually Andromedans? Like, how many of them were actually aliens?
Mm-hmm.
And he says 2, but it doesn't reveal how many of them that he actually abducted. So how many people did he abduct that turned out not to be aliens?
Right.
Right.
That part it doesn't say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 out of who knows how
who
many.
knows how many that he actually went through to find out. But after that, she kind of convinces him that, like, okay, I can bring Dale back. I can, you know, we can still make this right. After she goes on this whole spiel about where she comes from and everything, and in your head watching it, you're kind of thinking like maybe she's just making all this up on the fly.
That's honestly what I was thinking, because
you know?
When she found the jars of the body parts, there was like notes
in
the room. So I was just thinking at first that she glanced at a lot of these notes and was just like summarizing like what she had seen and just making it sound real or whatever, just so that he would go along with what she had to say.
So she convinces him to take her back to her place of work, and that there she can teleport them to her ship, right? And they both show up there. They get in, and he has strapped himself with a bomb, like a homemade explosive, in case, like, you know, he needs it or something. But it's
for what reason I don't know, because the bomb was strapped to him.
Right.
Like what would, like. What?
Yeah. And she basically she says, go in this closet and then I'll teleport you. He climbs in the closet and bomb blows up. Boom.
Yep.
No more Teddy. His head goes flying across the room.
Guts everywhere.
Everywhere. After that, Emma Stone's character wakes up in an ambulance. And this is where it gets interesting, because she immediately, like, is like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
she freaks out, starts heading back to the office building, goes inside, goes back inside the same closet that dude blew up in, which is still covered in like viscera. There's just blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's when we get the reveal that she actually is an alien, and everything that she had said, at least in the last bit, was all true. And she basically talks to the emperor of the aliens and says, hey, you know, this whole human thing, it ain't working out.
Yeah.
And she pops a bubble over the flat earth, and every human on earth dies.
Yep, just instantly.
And the only thing left is just the animals. I think that the movie's ending is meant to be a little bittersweet. It's kind of saying that, yeah, all the humans might die, you know, but the earth will it'll still go on, even after we're gone.
Well, I think it was also like symbolizing, because remember in one of her monologues, she was going on about the bees, because he was accusing her of killing the bees, and she was trying to tell him, you know, sometimes species just simply die out. It doesn't matter what you do to them. Sometimes they just simply die out. Sometimes they, like, one day they might just wake up and realize, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And then there was also the story of what she was explaining, why her species was on Earth in the first place. And wasn't it like basically to protect Earth?
Yes, it was.
And I think that's how it would symbolize how us as humans, I mean, as much as we would all hate to admit it, humans destroy the Earth. We have destroyed the Earth for a very long time. Like, we're ruining it. And I think that's kind of what they were trying to get at.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a humans bad movie. And if you're sick of that, I mean, I get it, but I mean, the message still stands
How they
firm.
went about it, though, I think was cool.
It was a unique way of telling that message.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think we're about at that point where we can give our scores.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I think I'll go first this one.
Okay.
Because normally you go first.
Okay.
So, I have been thinking about the movie since last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sound like a beaten horse because I'm going to give this movie a 9. I can't really pick out any flaws in it. Like, we've talked about there's no such thing as a perfect movie, except for Good Boy. And I give it a perfect score. But, I feel like the movie's well paced, it's well acted, the directing is good. I can't think of anything that I would cut out of it,
Yeah.
I had a really good time watching it. I was never bored during the movie.
Yeah.
I was interested the whole time in what was going on. It's well filmed. The score is really good.
Yeah.
The music for the movie, like it's an orchestra, very intense, very orchestral score going on. Yeah. I did not look up who the composer was for the movie, but I found out that it's basically that this guy uses the same composer in all of his movies.
Mm.
So another thing that
yeah,
so that's interesting as well. So I'm sure that we're going to try to watch some of his other films later on. I think Poor Things is on Hulu, and it's supposed to be pretty interesting. So we'll give that a shot. But yeah, my score, 9.
I might agree. I might agree with you. Because simply for the reason, like, for one, how it ended, or how it ended up, was not what you would expect to happen. I kind of like how it kind of gave you a horror movie vibe at first, like in the trailer, because you see, a woman getting kidnapped because dude thinks she's an alien, but it doesn't go any farther than that. But when you're actually watching it, that's when you start realizing, it's not really a horror movie at all. It's just some, cuckoo bird who freaking thinks this lady's an alien, and he's trying to, like, do all these things to her. Turns out she was an alien, but that's not the point. But how they just go about the whole message in general, and that her species alien was actually, like, the original beings on Earth, and they're protecting it from the humans and everything. I just thought the whole thing was kind of cool, and how they went about it was different than typically expected from movies like that.
So yeah, that gives us a combined score of a 9. This movie's a solid 9. So yeah, definitely check it out. And
the cinematography, the musical score, all of it was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
it was really good.
Well, thank you so much for everybody who's watched this far into the video. We really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us, and we hope to see you again in the next video.
Yep, sure will. It'll be real soon.
All right, see you next time. Okay. I have to edit that down, but
oh yeah,
that's okay.